Everyone is saying the Apple TV 4K 2026 is launching in April, but no one is telling you the truth. Alright, so let's talk about something that's been quietly building hype in the tech world. And honestly, not a lot of people are talking about it yet. There's a rumor going around that the next Apple TV 4K, yes, the 2026 version, might actually launch in April. Now, if that sounds a little random to you, you're not alone, because normally, Apple doesn't follow a strict yearly cycle for Apple TV. Unlike iPhones or even Macs, Apple TV updates come whenever Apple feels like it. So the big question is this April 2026 launch actually real? Or just another internet rumor that people are overhyping? Let's break it down slowly. First, where did this leak even come from? Most of these reports are coming from supply chain whispers and a few known leakers who claim that Apple is preparing a new version of Apple TV with upgraded internals. Some reports suggest that production timelines could line up with an early 2026 release, and that's where the April theory started. But here's the thing. There is no official confirmation. Nothing from Apple, not even a teaser. And if you've followed Apple long enough, you already know how this works. Apple loves surprises. They don't leak. People around them do. So right now, we're in that classic situation where the hype is building, but the facts are still incomplete. Now let's talk about timing. April is actually a very unusual month for Apple launches. Apple typically holds big events in September for iPhones, sometimes in October for Macs, and occasionally spring events in March or April. But those are usually focused on things like iPads or services. Apple TV, that's not usually the star of the show. So if this April launch is real, it would mean one of two things. Either Apple is planning a small, silent release, like a press release drop on their website, or they're bundling it into a spring event with other products. Both are possible, but neither is confirmed. So yeah, at this point, the April launch is more of a maybe than a yes. Now here's where things get interesting. Because even if the date is uncertain, the upgrades being rumored are actually worth talking about. Let's start with performance. The current Apple TV 4K runs on the A15 Bionic chip. It's fast. It's smooth. It does everything you need. But the next version, leaks suggest Apple could jump to something like the A17 chip, or at least a newer generation processor. And that's a big deal. Because this isn't just about faster menus or smoother scrolling. This could completely change what Apple TV is capable of. Think about gaming for a second. Right now, Apple TV gaming is okay. It works, but it's not something most people buy the device for. But with a more powerful chip, we could start seeing console-level mobile games running directly on Apple TV. Better graphics, faster loading, smoother gameplay. And if Apple pushes harder into gaming, this could actually become a serious competitor to casual gaming consoles. Now let's talk about something even bigger. AI. Yes, AI is everywhere right now. Phones, laptops, apps, everything is getting smarter. So it makes sense that Apple would bring some level of AI into Apple TV as well. Imagine this. You're searching for a movie, but instead of typing, you just say, "Show me something like Interstellar but shorter and more fun." And it actually understands you. Or imagine automatic content recommendations that feel actually personalized, not random. Even smarter Siri integration could be part of this. Now we don't have confirmed details yet, but if Apple is upgrading the chip, AI features are almost guaranteed to be part of the story. Next, let's talk about design. Now honestly, don't expect a huge change here. Apple TV has looked pretty much the same for years. It's a simple black box, and it works. There are some rumors about a slightly smaller design, maybe thinner, maybe more efficient, but nothing crazy. Apple usually doesn't fix what isn't broken. However, the remote, that could be interesting. There's always a chance Apple tweaks the remote again. Better grip, improved buttons, maybe even better gesture control. Some people love the current remote, others, not so much. So even a small improvement here would matter. Now here's something a lot of people are hoping for. Price. Right now, Apple TV is considered a premium streaming device. It's more expensive than alternatives, like Fire TV or Roku. So the question is, will Apple finally lower the price? There are rumors that Apple might try to make the next version more affordable, but at the same time, with better hardware, that might not happen. So it could go either way, cheaper or more powerful but same price. Now let's come back to the main question. Is the April 2026 launch real? Honestly, right now, it's not confirmed. There's no solid evidence that guarantees it. It's based on leaks, patterns, and speculation. And if you've been in tech long enough, you know that not every leak becomes reality. Some do, some don't. But here's what we can say with confidence. A new Apple TV is coming. Maybe not in April, maybe a little later, but the upgrade cycle suggests it's close. And when it does launch, it's probably going to be more than just a small refresh. Better performance, possible AI features, improved gaming. That's what makes this exciting. So instead of asking, is April confirmed? Maybe the better question is it worth waiting for? And honestly, if you're thinking about buying an Apple TV right now, you might want to wait just a little, because if these leaks turn out to be even partially true, the next version could be a big step forward. Now I want to know what you think. Do you believe this April launch rumor? Or do you think it's just hype? And more importantly, if Apple releases a new Apple TV with better performance and AI features, would you actually buy it? Or is your current setup already enough? Let me know in the comments. And if you want the latest updates on this, make sure you stay tuned, because as soon as something official drops, we'll break it down right here.